Are you willing to sell your bitcoins if it turns out that this is a CIA project? Their price can skyrocket, and as a result, Bitcoin will no longer be the top one cryptocurrency in terms of capitalization. Last year in August, Bitcoin price fell to 3 cents. Glad to welcome you to the Coin Post channel. Trader Alistair Milne said he took action and now Bitcoin will never go to zero, at least on the Bitfinex cryptocurrency exchange, as he placed an order to buy more than 18 million bitcoins at 1 cent. If Bitcoin takes and becomes cheaper 900,000 times, then Alistair Milne will buy back all the coins that are currently in circulation for some $185,000 and become virtually the only owner of the first cryptocurrency. Obviously, this is more of a joke, and there will never be as many bitcoins on Bitfinex to fulfill this order. But today I want to bring the subject of the Bitcoin fall. Let's try to imagine what should happen so that its price goes to zero or is as close to it as possible. Subscribe to our channel please and join our community. Let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest secret of Bitcoin, namely with its creator. There are many versions of who it might be, from Dorian Nakamoto to Elon Musk. There are even those who think they are Satoshi Nakamoto themselves and do not cease to embarrass themselves in attempt to prove this. And among you, my dear viewers, there are definitely people who are sure they know the truth about Bitcoin's creator. Because of 700,000 to 1 million Bitcoins, which supposedly belong to its creator and can collapse the market at any time. Or because without knowing who actually is behind the first cryptocurrency, we cannot trust it 100%. One of the theories about Bitcoin, which is very popular and has every chance of being true, is that the first cryptocurrency was invented in a secret CIA bunker. It's possible that Dorian Nakamoto, Nick Szabo and other candidates for the role of Satoshi Nakamoto worked together on this project and cannot be recognized because of the danger of disclosing state secrets. And the well-known fake Toshi Craig Wright also has his place in this story. He distracts everyone from searching for the real creator. Suppose that Bitcoin is really a CIA project that was created as a replacement for the dollar because they needed to make some illicit transactions, not framing the US government. So they came up with cryptocurrency, which is why the US is one of the most loyal supporters of Bitcoin. And although they spread the rumors about Donald Trump's disapproval of Bitcoin, the presidents come and go, while the CIA keeps working. There's one question though. Are you willing to sell your bitcoins if it turns out that this is a CIA project? You can write down your answer on a piece of paper or share it in the comments and I will continue. Such news may strike a blow against reputation. States of different countries should immediately begin to introduce bans and the cryptocurrency market might go down. But then this process would stop and we would unlikely get to zero because the CIA could, in theory, have created Bitcoin, but they cannot control it after all. The network of the first cryptocurrency is decentralized as much as possible, and the truth about its creator is insignificant. You can't just put this genie back into the bottle. Even if you throw 1 million Satoshi Nakamoto bitcoins onto the market, they will buy them out, and the market cycle will restart. How often did you dream of going back in time and buying cheap bitcoins? The scenario I just described could fulfill this dream. But how else can Bitcoin go to zero? Coming up. In the comments on YouTube, you can find messages about new coins, and interestingly, almost all of them intend to become the best cryptocurrency in the future. Not only young projects have such ambitions. I just recently made a video on Ethereum and its chances of becoming the top one cryptocurrency. Ripple supporters are also quite ambitious with their XRP coins. They believe that this is not just the best cryptocurrency, but also the future reserve world currency to replace the dollar. But since today we're analyzing the bad scenarios of the Bitcoin future, let's imagine for a sec if some other cryptocurrency overtook Bitcoin by capitalization. What could it be? Well, for example, drumroll, Tron.
Buy my shitcoin. It's Tron. I don't know why. Buy it immediately.
Let's not hurry to listen to Justin Sun. I just took this coin as an example that relates to the blockchain platform. I believe that the presence of Bitcoin forks and similar projects marked as a payment network on the cryptocurrency market clearly proved that, in this aspect, Bitcoin has and will have no competitors. But as for the blockchain platforms that Vitalik Buterin gave birth to, then with the right number of users, their price can skyrocket, and as a result, Bitcoin will no longer be the top one cryptocurrency in terms of capitalization. This would be an unpleasant coincidence, but it's absolutely not scary in the long run, because it's unlikely to make people abandon a reliable means of saving the value in the form of Bitcoin. Therefore, no, Bitcoin is unlikely to go to zero again, but it won't be showing off on the first line of CoinMarketCap. Besides, it's still unknown who will benefit more from the popularity of blockchain platforms such as Ethereum, because the demand for tokenized Bitcoins is quite high. That is, official tokens, or one can even say native cryptocurrencies of such platforms, may not really go up in price, but Bitcoin, on the contrary, will grow by increasing the scope of acceptance. And now we have to talk about the most unpleasant reason for Bitcoin, which can drop its price to zero. And I'm gonna do it right after I remind you to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications, not to miss new videos. If you go back to the beginning of the video and remember the order to buy 18 million bitcoins at 1 cent, do you think it has any commercial sense? It actually does, because if the so-called flash crash happens, when the market instantly drops and returns just as quickly, such an order may be partially complete. Last year in August, Bitcoin price fell to 3 cents as a result of a failure, and orders for 48 coins were processed at this cost. The profit from the transaction exceeded $3 million. Of course, cryptocurrency exchanges are practically not accountable to anyone and can always cancel such operations, well, so as not to pay out of pocket. But in theory, similar situations are possible. What's also possible is the speculators' pressure on Bitcoin, which will not allow the market to continue the familiar cycle and help the price to set a new maximum. Here's the thing, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission included the regulation of cryptocurrencies in its list of tasks until 2024. It turns out that until this time, we are unlikely to see objective control. Therefore, the Wild West will continue, and exchanges with whales will be able to speculate for fun. The halving on May 11th showed that interest in this event was mainly among people who are already included in the crypto party. Perhaps they left the industry for a while and then returned on occasion. Since the beginning of June, we've witnessed another decline in activity, because it's been 2 months since the halving and the price is still below 10,000. And while the stock-to-flow model is still valid, there is less and less time for the growth according to this chart. And without it, there will be no influx of new people due to new money and further growth. Packing your suitcases and getting ready for the moon will only be possible after the Bitcoin at $30 or even better at $50,000. Before this, we won't get the proper hype, and the longer the market is not allowed to go up to at least 20,000, the more familiar models will deviate from the plans of Bitcoin owners, and the more likely the scenario is when the bears try to arrange another sale. Of course, not to zero, but to halve the current price at least temporarily. Yes, this is unfortunately possible, especially with the cooperation of cryptocurrency exchanges and whales. But I don't want to end on a sad note. Even if we become victims of enormous speculation, this will only delay going to the moon. It won't be in 2022, but in 2025, for example. The main thing is what will happen. Besides, it would be best if you also considered that it's unlikely we'll fly to the moon until the 2020 crisis is resolved, as it can also drag on for the next year. I hope I didn't scare anyone too much, so let's discuss this video in the comments. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.